For the Oxford Plains Dragway, I'm Caleb Lamb with the weekly recap. After 23 long weeks of racing, it was finally time to crown some champions at the track in the last race of the season, presented by Speedway Homes. There was a tie in Dial-In for Dollars to kick things off. Both Dan Poirier and Tim Chouinard ran on their dial-in times, meaning it came down to reaction time to decide a winner. Poirier ended up taking the $290 purse to start the night, and it was a sign of good things to come for the veteran racer. He entered the night trailing Graffam in the street class by 33 points, and as luck would have it, the two squared off in the first round. Poirier won the matchup to keep his championship hopes alive, and at the end of the night, he celebrated the title with a feature victory. Richard Lamothe was the runner-up in his first podium appearance of 2016, and he dedicated the race to the memory of his late son, Joey Lamothe, who passed away 5 months ago. In modified action, John Sloan ran on the money to grab a first-place finish. His Nova bested Ron Childs, who broke out in the last race. Childs had nothing to frown about, though, as he celebrated the championship in the division, as well as in the Nostalgia class, which, along with his series wins elsewhere, gave him 4 titles on the campaign. It was a rare sight with Childs not on the podium in Nostalgia. Steve Salo took the top spot by 0.02 of a second over Joe Brown. The Essex Coupe got a great reaction time, but was just too far off his dial-in. The bikes in Sleds class had pretty much been just the Sleds class this season, but Greg Frost got some redemption, putting his orange Kawasaki bike in the final for the last race. He finished second to Gary Cummings' Thundercat, which captured a victory for the first time in 2016 to end the year on a high note. Top Eliminator featured a showdown between Joe Henderson and Gene Sear in the final. Sear's Mustang came out on top, giving him his first win in the series in the car. Henderson was on the podium for an 8th time, and he finished the year runner-up in the series point standings. With it being the last race of the year, we also finalized the Predator of the Plains list. On the street side, Jeff Ronfeldt's 66 Chevelle finished at number 1, and in the Outlaw class, Maggie Ferland's Misbehavin' Camaro took top honors, fending off several challengers. And of course, that means it's time to honor our series champions. We've mentioned a few, but to run through them again, in Top Eliminator, Russ Poland took home the championship. In Modified and Nostalgia, the winner was Ron Childs. And in Bikes and Sleds, Justin Wood made it back-to-back championships on his Yamaha. While in the street class, Dan Poirier overcame a large deficit at mid-season for a dramatic victory in the final race. We hope that you enjoyed the 2016 season and would like to say thanks to all of our fans and drivers for coming out and making it a special season of racing at the Oxford Plains Dragway. We'll hope to see you next year. Until then, for the Oxford Plains Dragway, I'm Caleb Lamb.